morning, girls. First and foremost, I would like to say I'm very sorry for the delay of answering your questions. I have been so busy for the past 1 month, up and down with a lot of meetings, honestly, and a bit of flying here and there. So I didn't have the time to actually film the answers for you guys. But as I am going to work today, I will be answering your questions, and I hope you forgive me for replying to your questions so late. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so let's listen to the first question together.
Hi, I'm Haley and I'm from Six Love, and I'd like to ask you this question. Do you ever miss your family whenever you're flying?
Okay, so do I ever miss my family when I'm flying? Yeah, I do miss them, but I actually come back home every day after my flight. So if I go in the morning, I'll come back in the afternoon, or most of the time I'll come back on the same day, except when I'm out station. Like if I'm away for a week, I do miss my family and my friends that are in KK. Yeah, so far it has never been more than like too long that I am out of town. Most of the time it's bearable. Okay, so let's listen to the next question.
My name is Jessica and I'm from Six Love, and my question is, if you weren't a helicopter pilot, what would you do instead?
So if I were not to be a helicopter pilot, what would I do instead? I think I would either become some sort of engineer, maybe not chemical, maybe civil engineer or something, or I would have gone to conservation, which is like in terms of forestry. Like maybe I would want to be involved with the forest. Like maybe I would become an ecologist or something like that. Yeah, that's what I would have been if I did not take up flying. It must be something about nature, or like I wouldn't go for medicine, I wouldn't go for um economic. It really depends what you like. Like when all of you finish school, please pursue what you like. Please pursue what your interest is, because it is so much easier for you to study it, and then you won't feel like you're burdened, or you have to do it, or you won't be dreading to go to your job. So it can be anything. It doesn't have to be a pilot. You can want to become a cabin crew, you would want to become an engineer, a doctor. As long as you enjoy it, and as long as it's you who want it, it's not someone forcing you to do it. Okay, let's get back to it. The next question.
Hello, my name is Enali. I'm from class 6 Love. I want to ask you a question. What advice would you give to someone who wants to become helicopter pilot?
One advice that I would give, her question was what advice? What advice I would give to someone who wants to become a helicopter pilot? One, I would say, of course, studying and having good grades, it's a plus. Honestly speaking, you just have to score well in English, maths, or maybe physics if you're going to be taking physics in the future. But if you generally score well in everything, it will be a plus. Two, I think a very important thing is your leadership role. Like expose yourself outside, talk to people, and like see if you really want it, like it, study more about it. And then once you're done with high school, you can start researching which is the best flying school for you, whether it's in Malaysia or out of Malaysia. Yeah, so for me, is starting when you're doing school. If you really like and want to become a helicopter pilot, research more about it. At the same time, brush up your own what do you say, skills, like talking skills, leadership skills, your team working, team building skill, things like that, your discipline. So everything will come into place when you go along in your life, not just if you want to become a helicopter, with any other profession that you want to be. It slowly comes along once you build up all these skills. It's very important. Like whatever you do in outside of class, curriculums or anything, it will help. So continue doing it.
Hi, my name is Erica and I'm from 5S6 Love. And my question is, do you have a husband?
Do I have a husband? I don't know whether to say fortunately or unfortunately. I do not have a husband. I do not even have a boyfriend at the moment, which I do not see as a problem. Like in this early life, early age, even for you guys, just focus on yourself first. Just enjoy your time. If you have a boyfriend, it's okay. It's where you actually learn about relationship. But if you don't, it's okay too. You have more time for yourself, to know more about yourself. Yeah. Maybe in future you will find one. I will find one. I hope one day I would find a good husband. It is better to find it is better to be late in marriage or anything than to marry the wrong one. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Hi, Sophia and Isabel. I'm from 6 Love. Sophia, what is the first training that have to do for become a helicopter pilot?
So the first training to become a helicopter pilot is the ground school. Like before we start flying, we would be taking papers. There will be like, I think 15. I can't remember how many papers, but there will be 15 papers that is based on, if you study in Malaysia, like a Malaysian flying school, it will be based on like a British syllabus. Sorry, it's not British. It's European syllabus. And you will have to pass the papers. And once you pass the papers, then you can only start flying, or you can only start flying. So the papers or subjects consists of air law, like the laws about the flying in the air, meteorology, studying about the weather, navigation, how do you calculate this and that, principles of flight, learning about the forces on an aircraft, may it be a helicopter or a fixed wing. What else do you study? Flight planning, how do you plan for your flight, aircraft general knowledge, how they manufactured an aircraft, communications, how do you talk to the traffic controller. You guys may have watched videos of a air traffic controller talking to pilots, and pilots do also have to learn how to reply or talk to the air traffic controller. So that's the first thing of training before becoming a helicopter pilot. Okay, next question.
Hi, Sophia William. I am Nur Adelia from 6 Love. My question is, what's one thing you hate about your job?
What is one thing I hate about my job? Honestly, none. Except for, I can stand the heat. I can stand heat more than cold. But it gets hot sometimes, and my skin, I have sensitive skin, so I sometimes do get rashes, and I get dark easily, even though how much of skincare I do or how much of facial I go to. So I feel like I spend so much on my face, and it gets burned so easily because I work under the sun so long. If I fly, if I'm not flying, I'll try to be indoors. And the helicopter that I fly at the moment has no aircon. So when I'm on ground, it gets quite hot. But once I start flying, when I'm on top, when I'm higher, it gets quite cold actually, because yeah, it gets colder. It's just hot at surface level. So I think I would say I sometimes can't take the heat. I'll be like, oh, it's so hot. Okay, next question.
Hi Sophia, my name is Abigail and I'm from Six Love, and my question is, what was the scariest thing that happened while flying?
I will always answer people this. The scariest thing that I have ever encountered is flying a medevac flight during weather. So most of the time I carry patients, right? I carry people who are sick, especially in Sabah. There's so many places that has no road access, so they don't have clinics. Like you girls and we live in Kota Kinabalu. We are blessed with easy access to clinics, to hospital whenever we feel sick. But I'm telling you, the people in the kampung, they don't even have a clinic. They don't have electricity even. Water is fresh water from the river, things like that. So what more basic medical attention? If they fall sick, they either tend to themselves or they have to call for medevac, like if they have like a serious injury. So they call us for help, and there's this one time that I was flying a baby from Pitas, the poorest district in Sabah, Pitas, back to Kota Kinabalu, and it was raining heavily. This baby was just born few days old, and there's a hospital in Pitas, but obviously maybe not as equipped as the one in Kota Kinabalu. So the baby had to be brought back to KK, and the baby was running on oxygen. The weather was so bad. We were landing here and there, waiting for the weather to improve, and I was just thinking, oh my god, what if the oxygen finishes? So we were just hoping the weather gets better and better, and eventually we arrived KK, and the oxygen finished just as I landed. Luckily, the ambulance was there on standby already and came to continue give oxygen for the baby, because what if the oxygen finish? The baby can die because the baby is not awake. So with no oxygen access, yeah, so flying into weather is not a great thing. It stresses me. You have to think about yourself, your passenger. Like anything can happen when it rains. You can't see, the visibility becomes worse, things like that. Okay, let's go to the next question.
Hi Sophia, my name is Alexandra. I'm from Six Love. My question is, how much do you earn yearly?
How much should I earn? I will give you an estimate. It's not exactly. Let me calculate. This is just an estimate. It's really not the whole thing. Like, not even deducting tax or anything. And it's not inclusive of extras that sometimes I do get from allowances, from outstation, from extra things. So it varies, but yeah, it varies in between 140,000 a year, but it depends on the company. This is just like an average, you know. Yeah, but obviously from the start you won't get immediately as much. At the start I was getting quite low, and as I progressed it increased. So let's go to the next question. Oh my god, where was it already?
Hi Sophia, my name is Alexandra. I'm from Six Love. My question is, how much do you earn yearly?
Okay, I think that was the last question, but let me just double check. Okay, I think I answered all of your questions, and thank you for the questions. I hope you guys give me more questions, and I will be able to do this. This is actually quite fun. So give me more questions if you guys have, and send it to your teacher, Sherry, and I will try my best to answer as soon as I can. I admit it gets quite late in replying your questions. So anyway, good luck in your studies. Study well. Enjoy your studies. This is like school. It's like the best time to actually learn everything and enjoy in and out of school, not just studies. Also learn outside of school. Expose yourself. Brush up your English, since I'm assuming this is an English subject. So brush up your English, and I hope you do well in life. Thank you. Bye bye. And I will show you. I will attach this video with a video that I made when I went to a kampung for you to enjoy. Okay. Bye bye. We have arrived. Kampung Saliliran. Ya, apa kabar? Onsoi. Lama tidak sampai sini kan?
Satu, dua, onsoi.
Onsoi. Oh wow. Woi. Yang mana kau mau? Okay. Yang mana kau mau?
Ambil parang motornya.
Ambil sudah. Kenapa lagi makanan?
Tes dulu lah.
Itu dia laki-laki oke Pak. Jumpa dokter dulu. Si dokter Mifet. Hello. Oh nah, tengok dulu. Kau tengok yang mana. You want chocolate?
Sorry ya.
Here you go.
Sakit kepala.
Awas lah ya Allah. Tunggu bawa aku.
Berapa? Bila kamu makan? Kau makan sama bapak kau, sama mama kau, pagi-pagi minum kopi. Kau minum kopi?
Entah lah, itu minuman.
Atau kalau kamu pakai tapi macam makan sudah nih nasi.
Si Nuria punya lagi.
Hai. Hello.
Ini obat, ini tidak boleh ambil.
Nanti boleh minum waktu.
Iya, ada baju. Kau kan perlu.
Oke, pergi sana.
Woi,
Kapal. Helikopter. Mau ikut keluar?
kapal
Kapal.
ikut.
Ikut? Ikut! Jom kita pergi scrolling TikTok dulu di sana, sis.